what's going on, guys? It's your boy JR here, and I honestly have a surprise for you guys today, and honestly it's going to help you guys become much better players. So I thought to myself for quite a while, should I release my settings and like my secrets on how I had no recoil on my weapons and how I'm so good at the game to you guys? And honestly I thought about it, and you know what, why not? You guys want the settings, right? Alright guys, so in today's video we're actually going to be covering the best controller on PC settings. You guys can also use these settings if you guys are on console because they're going to be very similar. And honestly, these settings are going to turn you guys into absolute pub lords. Alright guys, but before we get into today's video, guys, if you guys could do me a couple solid things real quick, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button to the channel if you guys are new to the channel, and make sure you guys turn bell notifications on as well so you guys get all the alerts to these banger videos the moment that they drop. You guys could also follow me on Twitch and Twitter. That'd be absolutely fantastic, as I stream on Twitch pretty much every single day of the week, and I'm super active on Twitter, so if you guys ever need to get a hold of me, Twitter's the place to go. All you gotta do is hit that DM button. I should hopefully reply to you guys very shortly soon afterwards. Alright guys, so without any further ado, let's get right into these godly controller settings. Alright guys, so if you guys aren't aware yet, I actually play on PC, so these are going to be the best PC controller settings on Modern Warfare, and these settings right here just give me absolutely insane movement, insane aim and accuracy, and just overall just dominating the other team. So the very first thing we're going to be going over here is the button layout preset. I do play on stick and move flipped, so essentially what that is, I'm going to be jumping around with my right analog stick and aiming and shooting with my L1 and R1 buttons, guys. So the difference for that is night and day, especially if you're used to using L2 and R2. Unless you have trigger stops, I would definitely flip those right now, guys. And if you guys are curious, I do have a SCUF, but my SCUF button, I literally use my back paddles for sliding and melee because I've been using stick and move since Infinite Warfare, and I find it really good. And honestly, my muscle memory probably can't relearn it too well, so I'm just going to stick with stick and move for you guys. The very next thing we have here is a stick layout preset. Honestly, guys, don't change this. Just leave this on default. If you guys change this, or if you guys change the invert vertical look, you guys are a whole nother breed. Honestly, you guys are just animals if you guys gotta change that to play good. So I would leave those disabled and on default, guys. Very next thing, a lot of questions here are on dead zone. I get a lot of questions asked on this. So literally, I do not touch this. I leave it at 0.05. If you do increase it or decrease it, go in increments of 0.02. So literally, if I want to try it out, I'm going to bump it up to 0.07, and then I will try it out and just go from there, guys. So honestly, all this is for is if you have stick drift in your controller, and if you don't have stick drift in your controller, I definitely would not change this dead zone setting. I would leave it at 0.05. Very next thing we're going to be going over is something I get asked pretty much every single day on stream, and that's going to be my sensitivity. So I play on 7.7. Sometimes I'll bump it up to 8.8 or 9.9, and almost all the way up to 10.10s on certain days. But almost every single time I play, it's going to be on 7.7. And a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you play on max sensitivity? Honestly, you guys don't have to play on max sensitivity to play on this game or be good on this game. In my personal experience, most people that play on max sensitivity can't really control it. They just do it because they want to look cool. Don't try to look cool, guys. Just go with a sensitivity that you guys can control and move around pretty easily with. So right here is what I'm going to be using. My Aes Sensitivity Multiplier for low zoom is going to be 0.70. So essentially what this is going to be doing is when I'm aiming down sights, it's actually going to decrease my ADS speed by quite a bit. So it's going to take off 0.30 of the original fraction of what it used to be. So this is going to slow it down quite a bit so I can stay locked on my target a lot more and control the recoil a lot more, guys. The very next thing is the ADS sensitivity for high zoom. I actually don't touch this. I leave this at 1. This is for sniper rifles or sniper scopes. Honestly, if you're good with a sniper rifle, you don't need to touch it. You might even want to bump it up a little bit, but I personally just leave this at a 1. This next one's another one I get asked a lot about, and that's my aim response curve type. I actually leave this on standard. A lot of people think I play on like dynamic or linear, but I actually don't. I leave it on standard. I think standard is the best for me. I don't like the way the other ones feel, so honestly standard is the way to go. I think it is the best, and I think honestly I just don't feel a difference with the other ones, so I just leave it on standard, to be honest with you guys. Then you got controller vibration. I have this turned off. You guys can enable it if you guys want to. I personally keep it disabled just for the simple fact that I don't like the vibration in my controllers, and I'm going to be low-key honest with you guys. I feel like it throws my accuracy off a little bit if I feel that vibration, so I don't run it. I know a lot of you guys do like to run it to see if your shots actually hit. That's, like I said, it's just a personal preference. If you guys like it, go ahead and keep it on. It's not really going to affect your game all that much if you already have a decent aim with it on. So alright guys, so now we have aim assist, and this is another one I get asked all the time on stream, guys, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I leave this on standard. So this is the traditional aim assist to slow down your target, and I think this is the best one, honestly. I know a lot of people have been using focusing. I don't like focusing. I feel like focusing creates a bubble around the target, and it kind of throws my aim off a little bit. And precision, I just don't. I've never really tried precision out. I don't think I ever am going to try it out. So honestly, standard is the best way to go, especially with NETGEAR coming up. I don't know if they're actually going to have these options, so I just leave it on standard, so I know I'm always prepared for the next Call of Duty and honestly it feels great, so it's not too bad. All right, so guys, so this very next settings for PC users only, so if you're on console you guys don't need to look at this. So honestly, what scale aim assist with FOV is, it's going to scale your aim assist down with the FOV. So if your FOV is bigger, it's going to mean targets are going to be looking like they're farther away, so it's going to scale it with that, so it's going to be stronger. So you're actually going to want this enabled and not disabled. So this is a huge one right here, guys. Definitely make sure this is enabled, especially if you have a higher FOV. This is definitely going to come in handy, guys. So if you guys are questioning why your guys' shots aren't hitting on some of those higher FOVs, that's probably why. The weapon mount activation, I just have ADS and melee. There's a few other ones you can use. You can just do ADS or double tap ADS or have it disabled. So honestly, I have it ADS melee. It's just easiest for me. So for me, my melee button's actually X, since I have play stick and move. So it's really easy to use this. And honestly, I don't really mount all that much, so I don't really care for this one too much. And same thing with the weapon mount movement X. I don't really care too much about this one either, guys. Alright guys, so this is the aim down sights behavior. Honestly, this should be always hold. It should never be toggle. It should always be hold, guys. Same thing with the equipment behavior. If you have it toggled, it literally, you press the button, you let go of the button, and it keeps it ADS or holding your lethals or tacticals the entire time. So honestly, do not be using toggle at all. Always use hold no matter what. Alright, so this one right here, guys, is a little bit tricky. So the use reload behavior. So if you're on multiplayer, you're going to want tap to reload. This is what I like on multiplayer. But now if you go to Warzone, guys, this is going to be completely different. So this tap to reload is actually going to be going over here to Contextual Tap. Contextual Tap must be used in Warzone if you guys want to pick up weapons and items quickly off the floor. Honestly, it's a night and day difference on Warzone. But I will be warning you guys right now, Contextual Tap is absolutely horrible in multiplayer. I can't tell you how many times I went to go reload a weapon and I've actually picked up another weapon off the ground by accident. So make sure if you go back to multiplayer and you have Contextual Tap on, to make sure to swap it back over to tap to reload, guys. Alright guys, so this is the depleted ammo weapon switch, and you're going to want this enabled. So essentially what this means is when you run out of ammo on a weapon that you are shooting, it automatically swaps it out to your secondary weapon, so you don't have to manually do it. Although I do feel like this is a little bit bugged in this game. It's honestly still quite useful, and honestly you should have this enabled no matter what, guys. Alright, so this is another huge one right here for slide behavior. So I have tap for my slide behavior, so I just had to tap my back paddle, or for a lot of you guys, the O button. And honestly, it's a lot quicker instead of having to actually hold it down, because the other option is hold it down. I know a few players that do like to hold it down, but I personally prefer tap, to be honest with you guys. Right here is another super important setting, guys, a game changer setting right here, and this is the automatic sprint. So you got disabled, you got the auto sprint, then you got the automatic tactical sprint. So I have this on automatic tactical sprint, so I don't have to ruin my controllers constantly, guys. Like literally, if you guys don't have this on, you will be going through controllers like crazy. Literally on this, all you have to do is move forward and automatically put you in a tactical sprint if you already have enough energy for the tactical sprint. So this is definitely going to be useful, especially with your movement in game and just trying to get around the map. If you're an aggressive player, you definitely want this on. These last two settings right here, I don't really care much for these. Is the vehicle camera recenter. So this is just pretty much like if you let go of like the right side or something like that, like looking right or left, it recenters it and whatnot. So I honestly don't use this or care for this all that much. I just leave it as enabled, and same thing with the parachute auto deploy. I leave that as on enabled. So literally, these are my settings for controller on PC, guys. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this. I don't really do a whole lot of videos like this, so I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on the video. And if these settings helped you out, let me know down in the comment section down below. Anyways, guys, I'm out. Deuces.